Thank you. Well, thank you very much. It's an honor to be here, and I want to thank Mary for her devotion to this mission. It's so important to have a Illinois Housing Development Authority and its board with a great executive director who are committed to making sure we have safe and affordable housing all across Illinois. And Mary's done a great job in that very important position of state government. She's part of our cabinet, and we really want to thank everyone here for coming today. I consider this a very important conference that we come together. I want to thank the Illinois Housing Council for helping us bring everyone to this meeting. And I do think it's a mission that all of us have, that we have to have that approach in government, that there are a lot of folks out there in Illinois, all across our state, who need decent shelter, and we have to roll up our sleeves every day and make that happen, make the affordable housing possible for as many human beings as possible in our state. And Mary outlined some of our programs on the supportive housing. We've been able to greatly expand our mission there. We intend to close institutions that frankly segregate folks with developmental disabilities. I don't think that's right. I think it's important that we give people choice and freedom. I met a young man by the name of Eddie Fleming who was in a institution for 12 years in Jacksonville, and we closed that one down, and we needed obviously supportive housing in the community. Lives in Springfield, and now he chooses when to eat his breakfast, lunch, and dinner. He can walk around his neighborhood, can play his guitar on the porch of his dwelling. And I was with him on our State of the State address last year. And that kind of freedom and opportunity is what our country and our democracy are all about. And that means everybody in and nobody left out. So I want to thank all of those who are involved in the supportive housing mission across Illinois. We have a lot more work to do. I spoke at our budget address there a couple weeks ago. Our capital bill that we passed just after I became governor. I was governor 10 weeks and we got the bill passed. It had been 10 years in waiting, but we did pass a very major bill called Illinois Jobs Now that provided capital for all kinds of important building projects in Illinois, our roads and our bridges and our schools, our rail systems, our water systems. But we want to make sure that housing was included. And I do want to thank everyone here who helped us make sure we had $130 million put into that capital bill for building housing across Illinois, of multifamily housing, housing for veterans, supportive housing, all kinds of things that are important. And I want to invite everyone here as we kind of prepare for the future, because the capital bill is a 5-year bill and it'll be coming to an end at the end of this year. We call for a bipartisan working group in the budget address to really focus on the next 5 years. So what are we going to do in the next 5 years? Starting next year in 2015, can it drop off a cliff? We've got to have a robust and aggressive agenda for housing and many other capital needs. So I would invite everyone in the course of your conference to come up with ideas on how we should do things in Illinois when it comes to housing. Obviously, finance plays a big role. As Mary mentioned, I used to be the state treasurer of Illinois. And when I was treasurer, we probably did a housing deal every single week with linked deposits and other things the treasurer's office could do. But it was always with really a team. I remember our housing director referring to a lot of these deals as like lasagna. There's many different layers, and people play and institutions play different roles to make a deal possible. So we want to continue to explore all the options, all the opportunities that we have to build important housing across our state, whether it's single family, multifamily, supportive housing, all kinds of different options there. But it is important that our state invest in housing on the supply side to make sure that we are doing the kind of building that we have to do across Illinois. And also on the demand side, as Mary mentioned, we have a variety of programs that IDA has been involved in with many of you here to help people to get an affordable mortgage, to be able to become a homeowner, a property owner. For most everybody, including myself, the biggest investment in your whole life is buying a home. And we want to make sure that we address this need. There's been, unfortunately, because of the Great Recession, a decline of first-time home buyers in our state and other states. So we just can't go along with that. We got to do something about it. And at the beginning of this month, we kicked off Welcome Home Illinois, which is really designed to help those first-time home buyers. And under the federal definition, if you haven't owned a home in 3 years, you're a first-time home buyer. So our Welcome Home Illinois program, I think, is really targeted at people who have been sort of waiting and hoping to be able to become a homeowner. It's got a very good interest rate. I think it's 3 7/8 today, fixed for 30 years. It also has, I think, some significant advantages with respect to down payment and closing cost assistance. The credit score is something that is reasonable as well. We believe in counseling and working with every single applicant, so we don't want to have any of the problems that occurred in the past occur with our programs, and they haven't. I think that's quite remarkable that our IDA mortgages have an excellent rate of success over many, many years and decades, and it's important that we show how to do it. And we are going to do that in Illinois. Just this morning I was on one TV show, one radio show, getting the word out, welcomehomeillinois.gov. We believe in the electronic democracy and social media, spreading the word. I'm going to be on the road tomorrow and Thursday as well in different parts of our state to let people know, everyday people who live from paycheck to paycheck, who are raising families, kids, they want their opportunity to have a backyard and a home. And so we want to make sure that we do everything possible to get this word out. We were able, through our capital bill, to have resources to help fuel this mortgage program. And we also are using the Affordable Housing Trust Fund as well. And we're going to be looking for every scrap of dollar we can to really help people become a part of the home owning community of Illinois. It's one of the best ways to help our economy. Consumer demand is 70% of our economy in America and here in Illinois. And when you have homeowners, new homeowners, they buy things in the marketplace for their home, helps our economy go forward. And that's something I think is exceptionally important in our state. As part of our budget, which I have to get done with the legislature, we got to work together on that. The deadline is May 31st. I hope you can help us. I laid out a budget that's, I think, very positive for our state's future. It puts a lot more money into education from birth on. We have a Birth to 5 initiative for early childhood that's very expansive, the best investment we've ever made in the state of Illinois for children from 0 to 5, birth to 5. There's 1 million kids in Illinois who are in that category, and we can't let them down. They don't have political action committees. They don't have campaign money. All they have is their future, and we've got to invest in their future. And our kids who are K to 12, the same way. In our community colleges, our 4-year universities, it's important that we make these investments in education if we're going to have a strong economy today and tomorrow. And that means you got to put your money where your mouth is. Our state has to invest in education, in our teachers and our students. So I believe in standing up there before an election, telling people what the truth is. The truth is Illinois will go forward if we invest our resources properly in things like housing and education and decent health care. Our state's going to have over 500,000 people, I believe, that have health coverage because of the Affordable Care Act. And I think it's important that we have these missions of social progress that include more people, that folks who are on the margin, been left out, whether it's on housing or having access to health coverage, get included. We have to have a society of inclusion. Matter of fact, Pope Francis talked about that just the other day. It's we cannot have a place anywhere in this planet where people are marginalized and left behind. So I believe that this conference is an opportunity to speak about and visit about the way to go forward. And when we talk about a society of inclusion, an economy of inclusion, I think it's very important as well to talk about something that Mary mentioned. We have a program called Homes for Heroes that we began a year or two ago. Over 1,200 veterans coming back from Iraq, Afghanistan, and elsewhere around the world have had a chance under our program to get a home, to buy a home on very, very, very favorable terms, both in terms of interest rate as well as down payment and closing cost assistance. It's important that we, as a society, remember those who volunteered to defend our democracy, defend our opportunity to speak and to vote for the people we believe in. To all those service members who sacrifice part of their life's time to serve us, when they come home, I want to make sure they have a good job and decent health care and good education opportunities, but also shelter, housing. So we look forward to working with everybody here on that mission. Our Homes for Heroes is going strong. We want to keep it going strong. So we've been able to invest several different tranches of money into this program. It's been so successful. Abraham Lincoln said a long time ago, the duty of all of us on the home front is to take good care of those who have borne the battle and their families. So we believe in that in Illinois with all our heart, and I know everybody here has a great commitment and heart for the housing mission. So I want to thank you for that commitment. We have work to do in the area of helping our homeless citizens get that shelter, and we look forward to creative ideas coming from this conference. But all of us together, we can make a big dent in the challenge that we have in terms of providing shelter for all of those who live in Illinois. Our state is 13 million people. It's a very large state, 5th largest in the country. We're the 19th largest economy in the whole world, the state of Illinois. There are those out there who are always kind of running us down, the naysayers, the ankle biters. I'm not one of those. I believe in the people of Illinois, good and true, and together we'll make the will of people law of the land. Thank you very much.